Now today we're going to be analyzing the ellipse given a graph and given an equation. Now the standard equation of an ellipse, just like the parabola, has two sets. The first set is the equation wherein our ellipse is vertically oriented and the other one is an ellipse that is horizontally oriented. Now in this particular graph of an ellipse, we will see our center, which is at HK, and the major axis here is along the y-axis because it is vertically oriented, so it's longer. That's why the major axis is along the y-axis. Now the 2 points right here inside our ellipse is what we call as the focus or the foci. Now the foci is one of the most important parts of the ellipse, and I'm going to show you why we need the foci and why we need to find the foci later on in our analysis. Now we also have our vertices, and the vertices of an ellipse is right here. It could be these two vertices right here, or it could also be on this side of your ellipse. So we have vertices, we have foci, we have our center and our major axis along the y-axis and along the x-axis. Now whenever we have an ellipse that has the major axis along the y-axis, our equation of x minus h squared all over a squared plus y minus k squared all over b squared is equal to 1 will have a longer value or a bigger value for our b. And the reason why b has a longer or a bigger value when we graph or evaluate an ellipse later on is because the major axis is along the y-axis. So if we have a horizontally oriented ellipse that we're in the major axis is along the x-axis, therefore our vertex or our denominator along or together with x will have a bigger value, and you will soon find out about it later on. So these are the standard forms of an ellipse that we're going to be working and using today. One wherein the major axis is along the y-axis, and the other one is when the major axis is along the x-axis. Now in this first example, we're going to analyze an ellipse given its graph. Now this is the graph of an ellipse, and if you'll notice, our center is at the point of origin or 0, 0. Now the vertices they are also labeled. We have here 4 vertices, if you'll notice, and we're going to be analyzing this graph of an ellipse and write its standard form afterwards. Now we know that the standard form of an ellipse is given by x minus h squared all over a squared plus y minus k squared all over b squared is equal to 1. Now for the center, which is the easiest part to find, is basically on the point of origin. So our center here will just be at 0, 0. Now we have vertices. So the first vertices will be the vertices or the set of vertices along the major axis, which is on the y-axis because it has the longer side. So we have 0, 6, and 0, negative 6. And our vertices along the minor axis, which is along the x-axis, is going to be 4, 0, and negative 4, 0. And these are the vertices that we are going to be using later on in our problem. Now for the standard equation of this particular ellipse, if we're going to write it out, we need to always remember to look at the major axis of our ellipse, because the major axis contains the higher value of the vertices in our standard equation of an ellipse. Now from this equation or this formula, we're just going to use it and plug it in the value of h and k and a and b in our formula. So we know that h and k is just the center, so the center is at 0, 0, so we'll have x minus 0 squared and y minus 0 squared. Now for our denominator, since the major axis is along the y-axis, therefore 6 squared will hold or will be right here along with y. And for 4 squared, which is the length of your minor axis, is going to be with your x-axis. So the equation of your ellipse given this graph is x minus 0 squared all over 4 squared plus y minus 0 squared all over 6 squared is equal to 1. Now if we're going to further simplify our standard equation, we can change it into x squared all over 16 plus y squared all over 36 is equal to 1. And this is how we analyze an ellipse given its graph. Now, where is the focus in this particular ellipse? So we need to find, or the foci of this particular ellipse. The foci is going to be solved on the second example, and I just want to show you how we analyze an ellipse given its graph. Now for this example, we're going to be finding the foci of the given ellipse. Now let's find the foci of the ellipse with an equation 25x squared plus 9y squared is equal to 225. So we have some series of steps here that we will use to be able to find the foci of the ellipse. The first step is to change the given equation into its standard form, because the standard form of an ellipse needs to be equal to 1. So since this is equal to 225, we need to make sure that it's equal to 1 by dividing all the terms by 225. And by doing so, we'll have 25 divided by 225 and 9 divided by 225 equal to 225 divided by 25, which will give us x squared all over 9 plus y squared all over 25 is equal to 1, which is in the form of our standard equation of the ellipse. X squared all over a squared plus y squared all over b squared is equal to 1. So if we're going to organize our parts right here, a squared will be equal to 9 and b squared will be equal to 25, which is your longer side in your ellipse if you're going to graph it. Now, c squared is what we're going to find in this particular equation of an ellipse, and c squared is basically our foci. So to find the values of our c in our ellipse, all we need to do is to do step number 2, which is calculating the foci by using this formula, which is c squared is equal to the longer or the higher value of the vertex minus the shorter or the lower value of your vertex. And in this case, the longer value is your b, so it's 25, minus 9, so you'll have c squared is equal to 16. Now, in finding the foci, always remember that you need to have the longer subtracted with the shorter side, so you'll have a positive value. So we have here c squared is equal to 16, and if you take the square root of both sides, we'll have c equal to plus or minus 4. So this will be our foci, and since our foci is on the major axis, so that means the major axis here is along y squared, so the foci will be given by the points 0, 4 and 0, negative 4. So you have to remember that when you're solving for c, you have to take a look at the major axis to check how you're going to write your pair of points, which is here along the y-axis. Now, if we're going to graph 25x squared plus 9y squared equal to 225, which is turned into this particular standard equation of the ellipse, it will look something like this. So this is the graph of your equation, x squared all over 9 plus y squared all over 25 is equal to 1, wherein we have our vertices right here and the foci at 0 and 4. So here the center is at 0, 0, the vertices is at 3, 0, and negative 3, 0, and 0, 5, and 0, negative 5, and the foci will be at 0, 4, and 0, negative 4, because it's along the major axis. So this is how we graph our ellipse by finding the foci of the given equation of an ellipse a while ago. Now, to show you why foci is really important is, imagine this is your xy plane and the foci that we solved a while ago is right here along the y-axis. If we're going to draw an ellipse based out of this graph, you will notice that we'll be able to form an ellipse by using our foci. So this is our string, and by doing so, I'm just showing you how the ellipse can be formed by using your foci. So the foci will determine the shape of your ellipse. So that's how you construct or create an ellipse by using your foci. So like what I've said a while ago, the foci is pretty much one of the most important parts of an ellipse because it determines the shape of your ellipse.